Hello, this is Kari from Sepulchral Curse. You're listening to What's Metal?
I already mentioned it just a minute ago. I'm very lucky that I can still meet you here because you played yesterday here at the Braincrusher festival. To me, it was a very intense gig. I really enjoyed it. What were your impressions?
We were not sure what to wait because if it was in Finland at 8 o'clock on Friday, there would have been not a single soul on the gig. But here, you know, Germany always surprises me so positively because it was like really fucking packed. The venue was so full, and you know there was a very good feeling in the crowd and with us, and we were like really pumped. Of course, we have woken up at 3 a.m. so it was a really long day, but it was such a fucking pleasure. This Braincrusher in Hell is a festival I have always kept on my radar, and I always dreamt like I really want to visit that festival. But well, here we are playing at the festival, so that was one thing off from my bucket list.
Yeah. I mean, to me it looked like you were really enjoying yourselves, and I mean, as a band you know, compared to a lot of other Finnish bands, I have to say, it's a bit of a cliche, right? You seem to be far more extroverted, right?
Well, I have heard from many people that I am the least Finnish kind of person they have met. I'm a bit too talkative, I guess.
Okay, so you don't really fit in, right? I mean, and as a band, I mean, you know, Finnish death metal has quite a legacy of being a bit, you know, extraordinary maybe, or you know, fairly unique. How do you fit in with Sepulchral Curse?
I guess we fit in the sense of we kind of walk our own path. We are not the most old school sounding death metal band, yet we are not all that kind of black death, you know, the blasphemy kind, war metal stuff. We're not that either. We kind of have our, in my opinion, and into my ears, we kind of have our own sound, which we have been crafting. Our style has changed a lot during the years, from our first EP to like where we are now, and I think we have been called blackened death metal somewhere fairly often, and I think that kind of fits because I know some of the guys are really into black metal, and it kind of goes there. But at the same time, we also put a lot of this very melodic, you know, inspirations and influences into our music. So it kind of, we have that more melodic style. We have that, you know, very heavy style that is very Finnish. But then again, in my opinion, like Finnish death metal is, yeah, I know it's a very well-known term, very well-known genre, but it's also like I don't think two death metal bands from Finland from the 90s really sound the same. Like it was like I think you put it really well, that it's more like the certain kind of weirdness in the Finnish death metal is what makes it Finnish death metal. So I think when you listen to us, you can tell it. Okay, these guys are from Finland, it's very heavy, but yet at the same time there's like very technical, some, I don't know, progressive maybe things, and you know, it kind of has a lot of things wrapped around it. At the same time, it still sounds like us. So I think in the year 2024 it's a pretty good thing to say that you have your own sound, so to say.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, you are kind of like the jacks of all trade, right? I mean, you have the heavy stuff, you have the catchy bits in there, but at the same time, you also have these like really epic moments, which worked fantastic last night. Yeah, is it difficult to put this together in that way?
No, not really, because we have our both guitarists, Jaakko and Aleksi. They write all our music, but we kind of smash it together at the rehearsals. They come with the song and it's somewhere from 80% to 99% ready, but then we kind of start working on it together. And this is a thing that we didn't do before, but when our new drummer Johannes joined the band, we kind of changed strategy in the band. Like we started rehearsing every week and more kind of do it together and stuff. So I think they flow really well. We all have kind of different, well, our tastes in music, they cross in death metal very well. We all love, you know, all kinds of death metal that is, for example, here, like old school and more black and blah blah blah. That's all the stuff that we like. But then also there's like me and our guitarist Jaakko, we love old heavy metal, some power metal, you know, like that kind of stuff. And then our other guitarist Jaakko, Aleksi, and our bassist Niilas, they are more into also like black metal. And so it's a mix of all kinds of things. So when it comes to this melody, it's like, since we are already from kind of different points and different views, yet it's the death metal that combines it. So we can take an Iron Maiden double guitar harmony from there, or very, raw black metal thing from there, and yet it sounds the same. And we really love I think it creates so unique changes to the sound when you do really, really, really hard, heavy riffing, and yet at the same time after that, you go into this really big melodic, which gets your panties wet. So we have this term we call melodic betrayal. So when it's, very, very aggressive death metal, but then we come, a bit too melodic. So it's I think our bassist said that when we played the new song, House of the Black Moon, and there's like this very mellow, melodic, epic moment, he said that he could see like some couples, cuddling together and moving like this, and it was a weird moment for a death metal band or a death metal show. I mean,
it's getting romantic, right? Yeah. Well, who would have thought that? Yes. Yeah. Maybe let's talk briefly about the lyrics. Are you writing them?
Yes. Before Abhorrent Dimensions, our latest album. From that onward, I've been writing the lyrics and the first EP, but before that, on our 2 EPs and first album, it was our drummer Tommy who wrote the lyrics, but now it's me.
Yeah. So when I see the lyrics, I have to say, they seem very apocalyptic to me, but at the same time very poetic. Yeah, so this is a compliment from my side. Do you have any role models for lyrics like this? Does this come natural? Do you have to spend a lot of time? Do you need to be in a certain mood, maybe even for this?
I guess I'm a bit of a weird lyricist in the sense that I have this long list about I sometimes come up with a really fucking good phrase or sentence, and then I write them up, and I have like this huge library of stuff that it can come it can come when I drive to work, for example, or anything like that. And then I have lyrics in mind, I have songs in mind, what I want to tell and what I want to say, and sometimes it takes years until I find the correct song for what lyrics fit. But usually the bank or library is so large that I take the song that we are now working on, I sit down and I start to listen and I start to arrange the vocals in my mind, and then I start to write, and then I write the lyrics, take it from because of the things I have in mind and what's the mood. Some songs have some special, like for example House of the Black Moon, it came from the one phrase that my 4-year-old son has been telling for a long time, and it just stuck in my mind because he was talking about this black moon doing something, or it was very, very abstract thing that he kept on saying about, like, I don't know where it came from, and then it turned into this kind of story. So that's a bit how I work. But about the poetic thing, I think I'm really avid reader, or well, now I don't have that much time to read, but I used to read a lot of fantasy books, and usually there the text is very vibrant or poetic, like you said, and I have always read in English. I started reading books in English like when I was I guess 14 or something, because it felt more creative, the language, or more descriptive. So I guess it comes from there. I don't know if I have any certain kind of role models. At least I don't come up to my mind right now. I think it's a mishmash of so many things. I think our old lyricist Tommy, I think he is one of the best lyricist I have ever met, but no, well, he's not in the band anymore, so, and I feel like the band needs to do the music and the lyrics themselves, but I think he is one inspiration for me to write. And in my old band Solotus, which was all about, you know, fantasy stuff, and I kind of taken a bit of that into Sepulchral Curse, but since we don't have a certain kind of like theme, we are more elusive, and that's one thing I really like, because it gives me a lot of room to work with words, and I can do all kinds of things I want to do, and it's not like I need to sing about Conan the Barbarian, you know. It's more like I can write about that if I want to, but you know, I can keep it a bit more elusive and more like rhythmic and poetic, so to say. But thank you for, you know, that's a really big compliment for you to notice the lyrics and, you know, mention them.
No. I mean, they really stand out. It's interesting to hear that your influences range from books to your son, actually. Yeah. I hope he's listed in the credits for.
I think we're gonna need to, you know, make him in the credits. He's only 4.5-year-old, so, you know, I haven't played that much of my music to him yet, but. Whenever we drive a car and I listen to some death metal and he's on the back seat, he always asks me, "Dad, is this you singing?" I was like, "Well, no, it's Dismember or Sulfureon or."
All right. Actually, it's the first time that I saw you here, but if I'm informed correctly, it's not your first time in Germany, right? You played gigs here with Cryptic Brood, is this correct? So how did those contacts come about?
Yes, we played a tour with Cryptic Brood last year, last October, I think it was. I think it began many years ago. It was when Sepulchral Curse released its first EP, A Birth in Death. Yeah, and I don't know, me and Stefan, the drummer, vocalist, mastermind of Cryptic Brood, I don't know, we just added each other as friends on Facebook, and started talking about it, and I really loved Cryptic Brood. It was the time when they released their first demo, and we released our first demo, EP, whatever you want to call it, and we kind of, you know, connected immediately, and we began our friendship there like almost 10 years ago, I guess. So he came to Finland to visit Finnish Death Metal Maniacs Fest. Like, I picked him up from the airport, and, you know, I brought him to my parents' house for, you know, old-fashioned Finnish sauna, and, you know, I guess he fell in love, and we have been in touch, and, you know, Stefan has released a lot of our music, and he's a fucking awesome guy, and I have a huge amount of respect for Stefan, and he's one of the most enthusiastic guys I've ever met, on, you know, very creative, and we've been talking about touring together because our bands are equal age, like it was like their 10th year and our 10th year, and we've been talking about doing the tour, and then Stefan was, I don't remember which, was it me or Stefan who said, hey, let's do it now, and then well, not me. He did all the work, and he made it happen, and it was really fucking cool, because I brought Cryptic Brood to play in Finland, like 3 shows, and it was us and Cryptic Brood playing those 3 shows, so we kind of connected there already, and I don't remember, it was many years ago that also too, but then we kind of agreed to do the tour together, and it was like, Stefan did such a fucking great job, so, you know. We've been all, you know, friends for a very long time, and I hope we will keep on going strong, and I think we agreed to do another tour in 10 years when it's our 20th anniversary.
Very good. I mean, besides, well, you mentioned his label, right?
Lycanthropic Chance.
Yeah, exactly, Lycanthropic Chance. I mean, it's a fairly well-known name in the German underground for sure. But your full-length releases came out through Transcending Obscurity, right? Yep. So they're from India, right? But they have this kind of like, I don't know, they have a close view on the international scene and pick bands that are fairly promising. So how did you get in touch with them, or how did they get in touch with you, and are you satisfied? I could imagine it's a, you know, with a long distance it might not be that easy all the time, right?
Yeah, well, I guess it was after we released the first EP. I don't remember if it was him or me that contacted each other, and then he released the second EP and our 2 full lengths. And yeah, so far it has worked, fine for us. And of course, it's the distance is a hindrance, and his approach into the underground in Europe is very limited. So I kind of guessed that, not guess, but I know that Stefan has done a lot more, because he's been selling our albums here a lot. And he Kunal and Transcending Obscurity is far away, so he's more internet based. But we have released 2 albums and an EP now, and now it's time to look some other options. We need to see what we will do with our 3rd album. We're entering studio in a couple of months now, so we got some new tricks up our sleeves, so to say. I can't say more now, but you will find out in a few weeks.
Okay. But so you will release some stuff yourself in advance, or?
Well, not ourselves.
Okay, so it's all lined up, basically.
Yeah, we have our next move. I'm that kind of guy that needs to think 10 steps ahead. Yeah. So I know what will happen, and where to move and what to do. So yeah, we are set for our next step, so to say.
Yeah. Okay. So I have to keep this in mind, because it will take some time actually to have the interview on the show.
In that case, everyone will most likely know what we are up to and what is going to happen.
Okay. I'm looking forward to know more about this. So, but we'll keep it a secret for now.
Yeah.
So, the show is called What's Metal? So, from your point of view, what would you think is metal? Can you describe this somehow?
Well, we can think about metal in the sense of music, heavy music, and I would say for me, what is metal is always heavy guitars, heavy sound, dark atmosphere. That is heavy for me. Be it traditional metal or death metal or whatever under the term. But what's metal? I would say a lot of things. I'm not that Puritan anymore that I used to be when I was a kid. But I think a lot of things can be metal. At this festival, a lot of things here is metal, but heavy guitars. That is the most important thing of being metal.
Right. Okay, so thanks a lot for talking to us. Yeah, let's leave it at that. And looking forward to the next album.